Here we go. We're counting that in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Slow and steady versus Team AVD. Let's see who comes out on top.
Ash v Darko and 7 on Team AVD. Red line and Steel Legacy for Int Fed. Here we go. Cruising to the center.
Yep, here we go. Getting those beauty shots here, and they're just going to have to get that targeting going and meet in the middle here at the 890 jump, Detox. But, man, I can't wait to see this action happen in Detox.
So here we go. First pass. It's Arrow v Gladius right now. Both Arrow and Gladius. Oof.
So we got pretty much our Redlin going against the Arrow right now, it seems like, and just getting some shots flying by quickly there in the Arrow. And man, these guys are really going at it back and forth here. Get some target, get some locked on, trying to get those missiles out. But Detox, missiles ain't gonna matter because they're easy to dodge nowadays. Since the patch where they patched the missiles, how are you feeling about missiles being used in these matches right now?
Yeah, like I said, the missiles are they're kind of a nuisance at the moment. They're just going to force you to fire off some flares. Looks like the Arrow's shields have dropped already for Team AVD. The Arrow's lost his shields. Same for Infeds here with full shields. AVD's lost shields on their Arrow. Oh, this could be our first death of the fight here. The Arrow is taking a lot of damage.
I feel like both
not going to recharge. He's locking another missile on as well. I mean, this is just keeping the pressure on. His shields are back up, so he switched the capacitors. He's got those shields back up. Very nicely done. Team AVD sitting it with his capacitors to engines so he can stay on top of his target as much as possible. You know, when you're in an advantageous position, throw the cap to engines, stay on top of your opponent, maybe switch it to weapons to get that extra firepower, get that extra mag into your opponent as well.
Yep, Redlin getting some good damage there versus Team AVD right now, but they're doing a very good job staying alive right now. Team AVD really in a tough position because right now NVED has those pips on lock and they're taking some damage here, getting those Gs as fast as they can. They're doing a great job staying locked on, but it seems like Redlin's teammate here, Steel Legacy, is doing a great job as well, trying to maneuver away. Right now, I feel like they need to be staying locked on and probably 2v1ing somebody until they go down. Probably getting that teamwork going right now, but it seems like both teams are having a tough time trying to get these locked on and trying to get these guys taken down, because right now shields are going back up very quickly. Detox. Both
teams are having trouble capitalizing on a kill, shields and down, actually. Yes. You know, actually, the arena size is, as we're seeing, more than big enough, really, for pilots to drag out the fights here if they want to. And why wouldn't you? This is a competition. They don't want to die. They don't want to lose and be, you know, kicked out. So this fight's going on quite a long time. So at this point, you're looking at potential bleed damage. This is where the Gladiuses and their loadouts come in handy to some degree, because if you're hitting them with Gatlings and you're not firing those Gatlings constantly, yes, and just using them to deliver guaranteed damage, you're bleeding that damage through the shields, and you're going to be weakening your opponent's hull with that ballistic damage over time. But you have very low ammo limits, so those ballistics are gonna burn out pretty quickly. I mean, they're going to be running out very soon if they're not very careful with their ammo management. And so far, it looks like they are doing a good job of using those fire groups and not firing off the energy and the ballistics at the same time. But yeah, as you can see, as soon as shields go down, they're breaking away and throwing their cap to the shields to regen that as quickly as possible.
Yeah, right now I'm seeing Redlin go, you know, in his Gladius, you know, go up against 7 right now. He's really concentrated on the other Gladius and Arrows. I feel like they need to break away and kind of regroup and then come together hard and probably take the Arrow out first, so that way that Arrow is out of the way, because I feel like the Arrow is probably has a little bit less health than the Gladius here, and I feel like they need to figure out a way to kind of capitalize when shields are down and hopefully taking out you know their teams. Right now, there's no issues with ammo being, you know, ran out, because there's currently no ballistics right now. It's all energy right now, so they have a chance to capitalize on this. But I think they need to both come in together and either take out the Gladius or the Arrow here. Detox.
Yeah, well, this Gladius is there's a Gladius hurting for Infed. As you can see in Team AVD screen, the arrow is doing some solid damage to that Gladius. He's got some red hull now. It looks like he's tumbling out of control a little bit there. It looks like Team AVD might be able to capitalize on a kill here. This could be the first kill. Red line in that Gladius, and boom, there he goes, capitalizing on that first kill, and suddenly looking very scary for Infed. It's 1v2, and you never want to be in a situation like this where you're outnumbered in this game. It's very hard to come up.
In with that kill right there, Detox. Man, you called it out right there, man. With that Gladius was definitely hurting and out of control. I think he actually lost a wing there. So
he may have taken some critical damage here that may have thrown his like a wing damage or engine damage, which may have thrown him out of control. He was definitely tumbling, and now it looks like Infed's arrow that's still alive is he's lost his shields. He's got them back again. It's going to be very tricky for Team Infed now to come out on top in a 1v2 situation, but who knows, we may see the making of a legend here.
I mean, it's been a great match so far, as you see Team AVD taking down that Gladius and really putting Steel Legacy out of the way. So Steel Legacy's out right now, and right now they're just kind of concentrating on Red Lean right now, who's it's just the last one to go out here. So let's hope they can capitalize on this 2v1, and then Team AVD hopefully coming out with the win.
Yeah, Red Lean is the one that's dead. So Red Lean's the one that got knocked out, and it's Steel Legacy here. Putting in the work. He's going to have to go super evasive, switching between engines and shields at this point, which doesn't give him a lot of gun time. It's really frustrating to be in a position like this where you have to play defensively in a game where it's all about doing damage, and you got to deal that damage back. Otherwise, you're just delaying the inevitable. And I think that's probably what's happening here. He's remaining as evasive and defensive as he possibly can, and probably waiting for a really like a miracle at this point. He's going to have to wait for a really lucky situation to come to arise so he can capitalize on it and potentially even out the odds here. But in a 2v1 situation, in an arrow that doesn't have much tankability at all, I don't know. It's a hard ask. But here he is, Steel Legacy, doing work still. I mean, he's sitting here with 50% shields, and he's dishing out enough damage and enough. He's tracking well enough to bring the shields down on this Gladius here. So I don't know. It's impressive.
I think Steel Legacy's doing a great job trying to maneuver, as you said, Detox. They're playing very, very defensive here. But, like Team AVD has two teams right now. They need to be concentrating on him. His shields look like they're almost down. They need to capitalize. But I'm not going to lie to you, Detox. Steel Legacy's movement is absolutely stunning. He's doing a great job at being able to dodge missiles, being able to dodge. Team AVD really needs to get this kill right here, because I'm telling you, if Steel Legacy pulls out a 2v1 and an arrow, that is going to be something incredible to say.
Something of legend here. Yeah, I mean, he seems to be rolling into like these corkscrews, these really short corkscrews while he's engaging, and then out of it levels out straight into another corkscrew while he's tracking and laying into his target, and that's going to keep him evasive the whole time while also dishing out damage.
Yep, I totally agree here right now, but like I said, his movements have been great so far. Team AVD needs to, get together here. I'm pretty sure they're communicating very, very well, but they need to come together here and make sure that everybody's taking some hits. I feel like if maybe somebody had some ballistics Gladius, maybe this would have been over a long time ago, but, again, shields are regenerating pretty quick, and they're doing a great job switching between, those shields and their weapons, and hopefully getting some hits here. But, great to see Steel Legacy keep it strong, but he is taking some damage in the front and back of the ship right now, and hopefully we can see Team AVD take this win. This has been one heck of a fight so far, Detox, man.
There he goes. He's got the shields down. He's got the shields down on AVD's Gladius. If he can capitalize here and get some hull damage in, this is what he needs to do. He needs to get that slow. It's the war of attrition here. He's getting that trickling hull damage, which is going to slowly weaken the Team AVD over time. It's the only chance this Soul Arrow Steel Legacy has of bringing out a win here, and it's going to be basically a long fight at this point if they can't finish this arrow. He is, he's so evasive. His shields go down, he switches caps to shields, he breaks away, gets those shields up, highly evasive again. He's out of boost at this point as well, so, he shouldn't be this evasive. The Team AVD needs to just knuckle down and bring the speed down and force Inved to, if he wants to fight this, force Inved to get into a brawl with them at this point. You know?
Yeah, this match has been going on very well. They're staying in bound. They're doing what they're supposed to do right now. But I mean, like it seems like they can't take down Steel Legacy right now. You know, I think Team ABD
That's what I mean.
Yeah. They need to concentrate here.
So these guys have gone out of bounds once or twice. You know, if it keeps happening, if it happens again, I think that's a potential disqualification here, which might be.
That's actually going to be a Team ABD win here if both teams are out of bounds. That's what's going to happen here because they're up 2-1 right now. And usually that's. Well, we'll see what the officials say, but they need to get back into the arena before they get knocked out by security.
Yeah, I'm surprised. I mean, you know, I said that this could be a possibility if the fights go on for a long period of time. It's very easy to tumble across, you know, 10, 20, 30, 40 kilometers in a dogfight. Here we go. We're getting some damage now on Steel Legacy. Can we go to the 1v1 view, please? It looks like Steel Legacy could be going down here. He's pulling some major Gs. He's got some red hull damage on the arrow. This could be the kill. His shields are back up again. There we go. That's the view. His shields are back up again. It's just so hard when you get into these high-speed fights, and this is why a lot of PvPers are calling for, you know, a nerf to these high-speed fights, because it can be so hard to capitalize on kills when you have the lead. And right now, AVD does have the lead. It's 2v1.
Let's talk a little bit about, you know, like how are you feeling a little bit about this fight, you know, in space as opposed to when we were in Atmosphere, when we were, you know, when we did the Toby Gaming Clash? Do you feel like this fight would have been over in Atmosphere already?
Yeah, I think, hold on, Screw. I think this could be over momentarily. Steel Legacy, he's taking damage now. Shields are down. I don't know if he can come out of this one now. This could be the kill shot. This could be it. Here we go. He's man, he's pulling some major Gs too. And he's moving at like, what, 42, 50? He's not that far off SCM speeds. His shields are still down. He's going for it. At this point, Steel Legacy, I think he's basically just getting stuck in. You know, he's not flying so evasive. He's not super high speed. He's managing his funnel really nicely, but this could be the end of Steel Legacy's valiant fight up to this point.
I feel like if it wasn't people that knew how to fly these ships or know how to, you know, practice dogfighting, they wouldn't be able to do that. But what just happened there? Oh man, giving Team ABD to win here, Detox. That was an incredible match for the first one.
Man, did I just watch the Lord of the Rings trilogy? Man, that was one hell of a fight. Jeez.
Oh my god.
Good fights, guys. Steel Legacy, legend. Well done. Excellent. You put up a really good fight there. Well done to you. And that guy was evading like a madman. He was flying so evasive as well.
Dude, his maneuverability in that matchup was just so good. So I'm gonna, like, even though Steel Legacy won.